Hello and welcome to today's Living Life with Purpose broadcast. I'm your host, Phil Foster. You know, in 1 Kings chapter 21, there's a great story told there about a guy by the name of Naboth. And Naboth was a landowner, and the amazing thing about Naboth was he was living in the same place his father and his father's father and generations had lived before, and he had received through an inheritance all this wonderful land. Now, it wasn't just average land. As a matter of fact, his next door neighbor was the king. And so what happened one day was the king looked out and began to notice how awesome Naboth's vineyard was and all the land that he had developed. And so he decided that he wanted that land. So the king sent an emissary over to Naboth and made him a deal. He said, you know, for this much money I want to buy your land. And Naboth took a step back and he got thinking about it. And he realized that that land wasn't his to sell. It was his by inheritance. An inheritance is something you receive for free that someone else paid a price to provide. And so when you get that inheritance, it places you in a better position than you were than if they hadn't given that to you. And Naboth said, there's no way I'm going to sell you this land. And the king had him killed so he could take over his land. You say, what's the point of all that, Phil? Well, here it is. We all have a spiritual inheritance from our Heavenly Father. And God gives us things, and we didn't do anything to receive our salvation. We receive that as a gift from God, and that is our spiritual inheritance. And it's up to us to live the life and to pass it down to our children and our children's children. And over the years, I've seen people compromise areas of their life and almost crush the inheritance they'd left for their kids because in a moment of weakness, for a moment of pleasure, people forgot everything they knew they should do and began to do everything they shouldn't do, and it cost them their testimony. So I just want to challenge you today, think about it, because Naboth knew something we need to learn from him, and that no matter what, how much he could have made off the deal, it wasn't a good deal if it means squandering your inheritance. And today I just want to challenge you, no matter what you might think you could enjoy for a moment, it's not worth costing you your spiritual inheritance that you're supposed to be handing down to those that follow in your footsteps. So just think about that today, and when the devil comes to you and offers you a deal, say, no deal, and that's my final answer. Well, look, I'm all out of time for today, so till we get together tomorrow, may God bless you, and hey, have a great day.